All right, you know what? Let's just be real in today's video. How about that for a change? Everyone and their mothers are making stimulus check videos, the news agencies are making stimulus check updates, and everyone's talking about how there's going to be another stimulus check. And yes, it's good to bring out good, hopeful news because people are going to get excited about that. You see better engagements in your comment section. You get more views, you make more money, but let's just be real, okay? If I have to be the bearer of bad news, I will do it. But let's be real in this video. Let's talk about why there may actually not be a second stimulus check with a 0% chance. Okay, so emotions aside, kind of like investing in the stock market, we're just going to talk about the facts that we're getting from the government, the analytical trends that we're seeing, and what we should actually expect. So to begin this video on the reasons why I believe we shouldn't expect to see another second stimulus check, I want to first talk about the stock market because the stock market is doing some very funky things at the moment. In past recessions and in past economic downturns, we've actually seen the stock market fall while the economy is falling too. But we're in this really weird situation right now where the stock market is doing pretty well and the economy is supposedly not doing also great. So this is really an example right now of how weird things are. And when I say weird, I want to elaborate on that. The stock market has always been a good predictor of how our economy is going to be. Maybe not right now in its current state, but how it's going to be in the next 12 to maybe even 18 months ahead in the future. So what does that mean for the rest of us? Well, we take a look at the stock market. If it's a good predictor of what the economy should be, and we should expect to see some type of recovery in the next 12 to 18 months, which I do believe is going to happen, many people are going to disagree, then we really shouldn't have a need for additional stimulus because instead of asking the question, do we need additional stimulus checks? The question should be, do we need additional stimulus because our economy is going in the gutter? Is our economy failing? Now, aside from what our very funky stock market is doing, I want to take a look at unemployment rates right now too, because some of the data that the government is presenting to us can actually be a little skewed. Now, in our past recessions that we've had, say for example, 2008, we didn't have a global pandemic. We didn't have stay-at-home orders. We didn't have quarantine where people were actually told, you need to be on lockdown. You cannot go out because we are literally closing the doors to the business. You guys cannot go out and work. As time is progressing, we're seeing a lot of parking lots get even more filled. We're seeing people return back to work. We're seeing gyms actually opening up. And speaking about gyms, your boy has not hit the gym in like 18 months. So I'm very curious to see if I can still bench or deadlift or squat what I can. I will be very surprised if I'm anywhere close to what I was hitting before all this started because I lost a ton of gains. I lost a ton of weight. Maybe hopefully you guys can relate. Maybe some of you guys have been gaining weight. That's okay too. It's just a definitely interesting time. But let's talk more about unemployment rates. Let's talk about people returning back to work because the Bureau of Labor Statistics, they're going to report that we're at an employment rate of 13, 14%. But in reality, we have to take into consideration the difference between temporary furloughs and unemployments from that compared to permanent layoffs that we saw in the past. If in the Great Depression, we had an unemployment rate of 8%, but that was permanent. Those are jobs that people weren't getting back. But right now we're seeing unemployment rates of 14%, but people are able to return back to work after all this is said and done. Is there a difference? Is one worse than the other? That's what we need to take into consideration when trying to understand the value of another stimulus package, whether or not we would actually need it. Now, I don't want people to get mixed up here. I'm all for a second stimulus check, but I do see a lot of comments under my video saying,
Brian, we're not going to see a second stimulus check. Stop saying we're going to see it. Don't give a date up because we're not going to get it.
many people actually want a second stimulus check. I know that in my comment section, I have a lot of people who do not want to get their expectations up here, and in reality, they don't get a check, so then they're sad, so they're just shooting low. They're saying, okay, we're not going to get a stimulus check, even though I hope there's going to be one. That's what a lot of people are doing when they say, oh, we're not going to see one. They just don't want their expectations. If you're watching this video and you think another stimulus check is not going to come out, chances are it's not that you don't want additional money. You can buy a new iPhone with that money. Who doesn't want additional stimulus money, additional free money? Because we are in an election year, it is very critical for most of our political leaders to say what the people want to hear. This is what politics are. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. If you say something that appeals to one side of the party and you can get people to vote for you so you can stay in office in order for you to have more power, to make more money, and to have more influence, you're going to be wanting to say the things that people want to hear. So when we hear things like the White House is saying we need another stimulus, and President Trump is saying we need another stimulus, and every single guy on the panel is all in favor for it, What is the point if it actually doesn't go through? What's the point of saying all these things if people just want to hear it, but we don't actually see things getting passed? Now, that's where the issue lies. Us as people, we need to do a better job at deciphering whether or not we're just hearing things that people want to hear versus the harsh reality of the situation. Government leaders are going to continue to push out additional talk of next stimulus, but to me, none of it really matters unless we actually see things getting signed. We've seen this happen in the past with our other proposals. The $2,000 a month. We've seen that happen. We've seen it happen with our prepaid debit card bills where people get money on a card like this and then they get sent this out. This is not news. This isn't even regarding stimulus checks. Before a president runs for campaign or runs for office, he's going to stand up on the podium and make all these promises to the people. Everyone is going to get universal income. Everyone is going to get full benefits for the rest of their life. No one is going to be homeless. Our economy is going to do perfectly fine. This is politics, and people out here are just confusing the talk of politics with what is going on in reality. The reason why something like this is taking so long to pass when the CARES Act originally took a snap of a finger, it seemed like it happened instantly and everyone got their checks, and we were more concerned about the date and the deadline when we'd actually receive it in our bank account. Right now, it seems to be this cat and mouse game. It seems like government leaders and our media right now just want to influence people, and they want to create this hype. They want to create this news in order to grab people's attention, keep them preoccupied while people may not be doing much with all this fake news. So guys, that was my video talking more about the realistic situation on whether or not we will get a second stimulus check. I really do hope that a second stimulus check comes out, even if there's a possibility that it doesn't. I hope something does come out because I do understand that many people are still struggling. I do understand that this is no one's fault. If you're at home, if you're furloughed, if you're unemployed, if you're afraid that you may actually contract this virus, that is not your fault at all. And many people right now are in a circumstance or a situation where they literally cannot do anything. And this is really what the stimulus check should be meant for. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check out the affiliate links down below. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks with Webull down below in the description. And you guys can also pick up a free slice of a stock using Public. All free stocks, all free money down below in the description. Thank you again for tuning by this channel. Let me know your thoughts. And if you guys have not yet already, don't forget to hit that little like button down below. It really does support the channel. If you guys enjoy videos like this, maybe real talk with Brian, let me know. I don't care. We'll do more real talks. We'll talk more about what you guys have in mind that people are afraid to say. So guys, that was the reality of the situation. That was my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Peace.